Account verification is another reason not to purchase from a for sale by owner. A buyer should have a pool broker involved in the sale and purchase for his protection. A pool broker has no interest in taking the accounts away from the seller or in causing the buyer any harm. A pool broker should be authorized to contact a percentage of the accounts being transferred to verify their authenticity. If you do purchase a route from a for sale by owner, you should complete this process prior to giving the seller any funds. A seller may say, "Give me half the funds now and half after the verification or half after training." If the seller is dishonest, you could still lose half of your money. It is almost always better for your protection to have a pool broker involved in the sale and purchase of a route. The purchase price will remain the same. There is no discount in the purchase price when you purchase a route directly from the owner. However, there is usually a discount in your protection and a discount in the knowledge you will need to be successful. Using a pool broker in the sale and purchase of a route will also assist you in case a dispute arises between you and the seller. Usually, a pool broker can resolve any dispute before it escalates into legal action. It is also important to have a sounding board. If you have a business idea, it is important to have a pool broker who will listen and discuss the positive or negative aspects of the idea. An experienced pool broker should have the ability to help you maximize your company's profits. He should also have enough experience to assist you with marketing ideas, as well as the most painless ways to get customers to pay for services for which they are not currently being charged. An experienced pool broker should also have access to a pool route escrow. The fee should be minimal, and the escrow should be exclusively for the transfer of pool accounts. Any other escrow may or may not cover the items necessary for a successful and seamless transition. A typical business escrow will not usually cover the important items necessary to assure a successful transfer of pool accounts. If you have no experience in the pool business, you may exclude something important from the documents. The seller should train the buyer for 30 days. During the 30-day training period, the buyer receives all the income derived from the accounts for service and half of any income derived from repairs, executed by the buyer with seller assistance. The seller should train the buyer for the first 2 weeks on service and repairs and the final 2 weeks on repairs and any other problems the buyer may encounter during this period. Furthermore, the seller should be willing to provide consultation to the new owner for any indeterminate period of time the two of you agree upon. The seller should also guarantee the transfer of accounts. The guarantee period should run for 60 to 90 days from the close of escrow, depending on when the accounts are to be notified of the transfer. During this period, the seller should replace any accounts lost due to any reason except negligence of the buyer with an account of equal value or refund the buyer the amount paid for the account that discontinued service. Some funds should be held in escrow for the guarantee period to assure seller compliance and also to assure that the buyer's training is properly completed. The seller should also be willing to sign a covenant not to compete on the accounts being transferred. It should not negatively affect your business or your growth if the seller continues to service pool customers in the area. If the seller does remain in the pool service business, he is usually more available for advice and consultation. The seller should provide the buyer for his perusal the current billing history for each customer being purchased. The buyer should review this customer history prior to the opening of an escrow. It is important for the buyer to review this customer history prior to the purchase to determine the acceptability of the accounts. Billing history should disclose the following: when the account was billed, when the account paid, the monthly service charge, repair charges, and sometimes, but not always, the start date for each customer. All information pertaining to the customers will remain in the possession of the seller until after the close of escrow. After the close of escrow, the seller should deliver all customer histories to the buyer. Possession of the account histories will assist the buyer when a customer has a question on a repair that was done by the seller. Since most repairs have a 1-year warranty, the seller will remain responsible for warranty work on all repairs completed prior to the close of escrow. The buyer or buyer's pool broker should receive a list of the accounts prior to the close of escrow for the purpose of verifying the accounts being transferred. If the seller will not provide a list of accounts, I would not consummate the purchase. The buyer should also be counseled in the following items when purchasing a route: business license, fictitious business name filing, notice to customers of sale, establishing an account with chemical and parts wholesaler, obtaining proper service equipment, proper customer billing procedure, a custom software, extra services information, proper charges for extra services, establishing an account with the Employment Development Department, establishing an account with the State Board of Equalization, customer growth information, when and how to raise customer rates, pool associations information, seminar and training information, employee or independent contractor information if applicable, subscription to service industry news, liability insurance information, and any other best source. Please contact us at 877-766-5757 for more information.